everybody. This is In Three Nerds We Trust, the podcast which brings you nerdy things. I am Tina Jan, one of your nerds.
I'm Jennifer Higgins, another one of your nerds. And you, my friend, you are the third nerd.
Third nerd.
So
I
thank
love
you
it.
for watching and checking in with us today. Tina, what is our
Topic?
we're talking about?
Apparently, there's a lot of mergers going on. And so our episode is more mergers,
Merger-orama.
real estate mergers.
Yes.
Okay,
Well, yeah.
real estate mergers.
So three different things that I see that are doing a lot of merging. Let's maybe start with associations because our association, which was the Inland Gateway Association, well, which was originally East Valley Association, became the Inland Gateway, and now we are CDIG, California Desert and Inland Gateway.
Oh, okay. I saw some things, but I didn't follow them. So I don't know what our new name is.
Oh, my friend. Yeah, it's CDIG. Can you dig it?
And you dig it. Okay. C dig. How do you spell that? C what again?
I'm going to have you try it.
Okay.
CDIG. C
C Y?
D I G. Can you dig it?
Okay. CYDIG.
What? Why is there a Y?
I don't know.
Why? Because you like it.
Why? Because yeah.
Did you hear about the really big one that just happened in Florida?
No, what happened?
So, just recently, just finalized May 11th, Miami Association Realtors and Broward, Palm Beaches, and St. Lucia, I think I said that right, Realtors, which is called Our World, um, became the largest local realtor association in the world with 93,000 members.
Okay, how many members do we have?
So before merging, we were at 3,800 for the Tigar side, and I think they were like 2,800 to 3,000-ish for the California Desert side.
Wow.
So we're right about five, almost 6,000.
Wow. So they're at tens of thousands.
They're at tens and tens of
Tens
thousands.
and tens and tens of thousands. Okay.
So this is huge, not literally just in numbers, but I mean that's bigger than, let's say, California Association of Realtors. We're at like 200,000.
Hmm.
So if you think about that one area in Florida is about half that, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's craziness.
Huge.
So one of the things that expanded footprint. So now the association spans 190 miles of coastline. Um, but a lot of the reasons why they're doing this, like the brokers now pay dues only to one association and one MLS, which reduces their overhead cost. The members gained access to, powerful platform choices, both Flex MLS and Matrix, and comprehensive IDX feeds. And it's happening a lot. It's happening all over the place. And most of the time, because when you're involved in an association, the talks are happening before it's ever officially announced
Mm-hmm.
because you have to, just like any other corporation that's merging, they need to make sure that they're on the same page first before they ever bring it up to membership for voting.
Right.
So sometimes people feel like things go fast, but really behind the scenes, it's not as fast as what they think.
Probably took a while to get there.
Yeah. So, Tina, have you noticed any changes since we merged?
Well, I haven't obviously noticed any changes. I've been under a rock as far as that goes, but on my side, like, yes, I am the member of like three different associations. So I'm paying dues for Tigar, I'm paying dues to Downey, I'm paying dues to Santa Clara. Like,
Oh,
it's just like a lot of different places.
right. I
So
can see that that would be
yeah, beneficial for me if they were to merge together.
because then it's a one-stop shop.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that totally makes sense. Um, there also, besides association mergers, there's MLS mergers. Have you looked at any of that?
No, I did
What?
not. No,
So the interesting thing for us, Tina, we've always been part of CRMLS, right? You've never been a part
yes,
of any other MLS.
no.
So until I started serving at different levels, I did not know all of the different things that MLSs do. Some MLSs are actually owned by brokerages, like multiple brokerages that own them. Some are actually owned by the association.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very interesting world out there to say like who owns what.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think is driving all of these mergers?
I don't know, but I would imagine like they're looking for maybe more transparency and more access. I don't know what else, but to me, I feel like that like more access would be a major thing if I were trying to do something like that.
Which totally makes sense. And I'm going to go back because fortunately I'm still on the association. I forgot. So maybe we need to.
No, no, there you did. You just did the rewind. That's a
Yes,
flashback scene.
yes. Um, there are actually some states that are driving a significant portion of the numbers for the association merging. So
Hmm.
Texas accounted for 1/3 of all local association closers nationwide.
Oh.
They also lost six MLSs and eight local associations after a statewide realtor services program ended. New York shrank its total number of MLSs from 17 down to 11. Georgia lost four MLSs as a multiple local organizations chose to roll into North Carolina-based Hive MLS.
Hmm.
So there's just a lot of moving parts all across the board.
Yeah.
Part of why they're saying it's happening, legal and compliance pressures, just, if you go up and scale, then there's a way to be able to survive better.
Hmm.
The tech arms race, so for both associations and for MLSs, I mean, you want to offer something decent for your members, your
Yeah.
clients, so that they stay and then they see the value of what you're doing. And one of the things for MLSs and for associations again is the broker demand for a borderless data so that you don't have to be a member of so many different associations that
Hmm.
are, just to help make sure that your clients or your agents can have access.
Yeah.
So Tina, explain to our viewers like why you as a broker have to have membership for those three associations.
So, for example, one of my agents serves and does a lot of real estate in the Downey, LA area. And so for him, he really needs to have membership over there to be able to get access to whatever, MLS or association benefits that he can get in the area. So I have to get membership as a broker there so that he can, as an agent, get membership and access
Right.
there as well. So, he can't get it by himself without me becoming a member. And then, yeah, so anytime an agent wants to work a specific area and they use a different MLS or they use something different, I have to become a member over there as well. And you have to provide a letter of good standing with
Yeah.
your main one. So it's not just like, oh, I want to sign up. Like you got to be a goody two shoes broker to be able to have multiple associations.
I don't know if it's a goody two shoes. I think it's just saying that you're not doing anything nefarious.
Goody two shoes.
Well, and there's a reason for that, right? Because they don't
Yeah,
want you just completely bouncing around and doing bad practices from one place to another.
right, right. That makes sense.
Right. So, what do you think? Is there any negatives that you could foresee? What do you think is being spun out there as negatives?
I would imagine people would spin like, oh, well, you don't, we already have a lot of outside agents coming into our area, and this will give them access to knowledge in our area when they shouldn't be coming here in the first place. They're not our local realtors. I would imagine a lot of them would say that. I'm
Or
not
that
really.
they, right?
I feel, for me, I feel like, if the knowledge is there, and you can learn and like gather as much information as you can about an area, then you would probably be equally as competent as a local agent who doesn't know very much. You know, you can be an outside agent that like really looks into things, researches stuff, knows where to find resourceful information versus someone local who doesn't know anything, right?
True, true.
Mm-hmm.
I think there are certain areas that you can cause issues if you don't know. And I think
Yes.
at that point, just being aware of what you know and what you don't know and tapping into, maybe bring another agent that's from that local area into the
Mm-hmm.
deal just to make sure that you're um, representing your client well, I think is super important.
I think local agent knowledge would be good. Also, if you reach out to local escrow companies, because they probably know, like, oh yeah, this area has like water rights, or this area has whatever. So sometimes if you reach out to those people that are local there, that could work too, if you
Yeah.
don't have agent resources.
And I think that's all that's most important, right? Just being aware of your resources, where to look,
Mm-hmm.
and having good feelers about what's going on.
Yeah.
So besides associations and MLSs that are merging, what other mergers are out there?
So I looked up the other mergers. So when you said MLS and associations, I'm like, huh? I didn't look at that at all. So I was looking at so one of our past episodes, we had talked about the Compass Anywhere merger, right? That one was a
Correct.
big one. And then recently there was also the Real Brokerage, which is your companies, and Remax, which also did they're expecting to close their merger. I think they said second half of 2026, but did it happen? It happened, right?
They're still working on it.
It's
There's
still working on it.
yeah, there's due
Yeah.
diligence, but they're progressing.
Yeah, so they said Real is acquiring Remax in a $880 million deal to form the Real Remax Group. I don't know why that sounds funny to me, but um and then there was the other one. I don't know if you guys have heard of where Rocket had merged with Redfin. So
Yep.
Redfin is now a Rocket company, and you can see it in their logos and stuff that it already shows that in there. And I think there was one more.
There's a couple more.
Okay.
First, let's stay on that Rocket Redfin. So if you don't know what Rocket is a major online lender. And then obviously Redfin is a major online, they are a broker as well, but they are a major online
Like
platform to search
real
for
estate
homes.
data, kind of like a
Right.
Zillow.
Right, correct. So that one's super interesting to me because it's like online tech bros and online tech bros are like, yeah, let's do this. Online tech bros.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because they're kind of like affiliated businesses. One is a lender more, one is the real estate side of them. So I think for them to merge like that kind of strengthens both of them.
Yeah, they're
They're
really
not
trying to
like,
do a whole like end-to-end tech system,
yeah,
which is interesting.
one-stop shop for that.
Right. Interesting. I think not necessarily right for every single person, but interesting. We'll
Right.
see how all that plays out.
Yeah.
The other two that I saw were, well, first, Stone Point Capital invested in Keller Williams. Also, EXP bought James Dwiggins' company, which I think is Home Nest. I'll have to double check that. But EXP was also in working towards acquiring. Are you looking that up real quick?
Yeah, Next Home.
Yes, yes.
Next Home. And yeah, so they changed their name from EXP to the group company name is Agent Inc., AGNT Incorporated. So,
So all sorts of changes. What do you think they're doing this for? What do you in your research would you find?
um, it almost seems like they're trying to compete with all the other mergers that are happening to get a bigger stake of and maybe more power or more influence in the real estate like world. So in our last episode, we had talked about the Compass Anywhere merger, which was huge, right? Like that one was enormous. And I think these other merges are trying to like somehow stay alive within this like within this world.
Well, yeah, it's interesting, right? Because I am still kind of floored that the Department of Justice let it go through because that was such a major acquisition, and
Hmm.
it really did truly change the what could become the face of real estate, and it really did, I think, propel all these other companies to do similar things. Because
Hmm.
if you have one juggernaut, at least if you have other medium juggernauts,
Hmm.
then they can, help contradict or, provide different options.
Yeah.
So I could see why they came from that. I know one of the things that I found online was that just because of the new commission disclosure rules that the NAR settlement had, that they compressed the traditional margins. So a lot of brokerages are merging to eliminate duplicate corporate overhead and back office
Okay.
costs, which
Yeah.
really makes sense.
Yeah,
I
that
know
makes
you and
sense.
I have talked before offline, not on one of the podcasts, but what we had come up in, what we had seen of brokers in the like 70s and 80s, just like rolling in it,
Yeah.
is not how things are anymore.
Right. Yeah. So when I was looking it up, it was kind of like Remax was a very traditional, what they call like a legacy real
Right.
estate company in a very traditional fashion. So now they're merging, and I guess they're gonna be tech bros. They're gonna try to become tech bros. I don't know, but there's
So
gonna be that coming to speed with the newer no office agency kind of thing that Real has. I don't know how to, yeah, online brokerage. Is that what they,
I
they call it?
yeah, we're online cloud
Yes,
brokerage.
cloud brokerage.
I know one of the things that um well, two things I am aware of that kind of were great for the pairing is Remax also has its global holdings. So it's a way for Real to have access to that legacy and those global positions without starting in every single location.
That makes sense.
So I think that that was super smart. The other thing that I had heard is just that ownership of Remax identified with the culture of Real. So one of
Mhm.
our things, and yes, full disclosure, I am a part of Real, um, is we have work hard, be kind. And so just things like that were more in line for moving
Culturally.
forward. Yeah. So there's been scuttlebutt after the fact of like that there were other couple other parties that were in negotiations
I
with
don't know what
Remax.
scuttlebutt means.
Scuttlebutt, the gossip, the
Oh, okay.
people behind the scenes talking in the parking lot about, did you hear about
Mm,
this? That's scuttlebutt,
okay.
at least in my head. Any nerd want to correct me on that? That's fine. But that there was a couple other companies involved, and that what Real offered was not the top of what was offered in cost.
Oh,
So, I mean,
interesting.
again, I'm not in that room.
Yeah.
Take it with a, what is it? Pinch of salt? What
Grain
is that
grain of
idiom?
salt?
Grain of
Oh,
salt? Yeah.
pinch of salt.
One grain or a pinch.
What grain or pinch? What are these phrases and words? I think I remember you calling a small house a dingbat.
Yes. Actually, I got that from one of my construction friends. He calls small houses dingbats, and I love that. I picked that one up. It's a dingbat. So some of the other things that they have is like debt burden. So Remax was heavily in debt,
Mm,
and Real was able to help that. And same thing with the Anywhere brands.
yeah,
I mean, Compass bought them for what was it, like 1.6 billion
something like
with
that.
a B?
Look it up. Let's look it up. Hold on.
Let's see.
Yeah, 1.6 billion.
So 1.6 billion there. I think the Real brokerage was like 880 million.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so a lot of money, definitely
Yeah.
being put into stuff, but there you have to leverage debt and you have to figure out like what makes sense as well. And another thing that I saw is a lot of these mega companies now, part of what they're aiming for is to serve their ancillary services, right? So their mortgage companies, their title companies, it's it's the economy of scale of being
Mm-hmm.
able to have so many agents now that can use those in order to make that aspect of the business
Yeah.
either more stable or more lucrative.
Yeah. I feel like they have to have those add-ons to be able to like make up their money that they're maybe losing from like the commission cuttings or whatever they're struggling with.
So what do you think? You think that's going to continue going? What is your prediction of what could be the future? What did you find in your research?
Um, For me, I actually went towards like I wanted to see how agents were maybe reacting to it. Were they getting
Okay.
benefits from the mergers? I actually went onto Reddit and I was looking into post Compass Anywhere merges and to see if they had gotten any like benefits from it. So I think the from what they were saying on there, they didn't really see any immediate benefits. Like the tech from Compass didn't immediately go over to the other franchises because they're still kind of separate franchises. But it seemed like in the future, within the next few years, they're going to want to kind of push their tech stack or whatever so that the other, Anywhere companies would be able to have use of that. So I'm feeling like that would be the same with Real and Remax. That would be the same with the other ones too. Like it'll take a while for like the culture and the tech to reach the more traditional companies.
I agree, and I think that it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out, right?
Hmm.
Because the Anywhere brand models are very traditional and very strong, and so
Hmm.
is Remax, and so just to see how that whole transition goes and how people feel about it, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really
Hmm.
interesting.
And there's still like on Reddit, there are still independent brokerages like me. We're like, no, we're our own little people. We're our own little island. We can put together a tiny tech stack. Not anything completely all in one, but by adding your little functions together, you can make your own kind of thing. So I see a lot of that in there as well, where the independent brokers are like, we still like our freedom.
Which, of course, I totally understand that too.
Yeah.
I think it'll be interesting in seeing how everything goes on. I know there was an industry research firm called T360, and they were saying that the gap between the nation's largest platforms and the rest of the market is widening dramatically. So
Hmm.
the mid-sized traditional regional brokerages are increasingly vulnerable. So they're kind of caught in that no man's land, right?
Hmm.
They're too large to escape the high corporate overhead, but too small to compete with the technology budgets of the giants.
Hmm.
But like you're saying, super, highly localized boutique firms you're going to continue to survive
Hmm.
because it's ultimately a relationship driven business.
Right.
So it's all about your agents developing their relationships with their clients and just
Right.
keep on trucking. There's always been enough for everybody.
Right.
So there's going to continue to be enough for everybody.
And you're gonna have these old school agents who have been doing real estate forever. They've never needed any tech and they've been fine. They could survive the apocalypse and they're still gonna be selling little holdout bunkers and to people. So like, yeah, you got these old realtor roaches that are gonna survive anything.
There's a lot out there. It'll be interesting seeing because I think now that there's a bit of proof of concept of, what was initially out there, it's going to be interesting to see how everything else moves forward. But
Right.
mergers seem to be the theme of 2025, 2026. And
Yes.
so it's going to be interesting to see what else we see happen.
Yeah, I wonder if like politically like maybe before the mergers would have been very what is the word I'm blinking on the word right now. What is it when you consolidate too much and it's like anti something?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. What is it?
I'm my brain's hold on.
They were worried about it when Disney had done it, right?
Yeah,
It
I'm
too
blank.
big.
Antitrust.
Yes, antitrust. Yes.
Antitrust. Yeah. So maybe in the current political climate, that antitrust negativity is kind of like gone, or they're more friendly to it, or I don't know what it is to allow like these larger mergers to happen. I don't
Like
know.
I said, I mean, I don't know. It's interesting that Department of Justice didn't have more to say, but now that
Mm-hmm.
it's done, how can you undo it?
Mm-mm. I
I
do not
mean,
know.
it's not like anywhere's going to be like, here's your 1.8 billion back, 1.6 billion back.
Right.
So
I don't
it'll
know.
be,
Would they force them to break up? I feel like in the past that has maybe happened.
I think that's something we could research for another one, antitrust and
Yeah.
what's happened so far, and just see if that could be applied to real estate.
Yeah, I'm just looking it up. Hmm. Telecommunications in 1984 and the energy sector in 1911.
84,
Government
that was what,
imposed
Pac
dissolution.
Bell? Pac Bell and AT&T? AT&T?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I remember that.
Yep. Ma Bell was broken up, and then every regional smaller one were called Baby Bells, which is adorable.
That is adorable. Is that where Baby Bell cheese comes
I don't know. So cute.
from? Is there anything else that you found in your research that you want to make sure to share?
No, it was just a lot of people. Actually, some people were really happy with some of the tech. Some said, "Oh, well, if it happens, I'm leaving the company." And did they leave the company? I don't think they did.
Probably
I
not.
think they stayed because it was pretty much the same.
I feel like that is a very human response to change.
Yeah.
Well, if that happens, I'm out of here. And then
Yeah.
it happens, and I'm like, I'm okay. I'll
Yeah,
stay.
you're like, "Oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be."
It just tells you don't react strongly because you may be eating your words one day.
Right. Yeah, but that's I didn't go too deep into it because I didn't realize how many mergers there were going on.
All the mergers, dude. I know. That's
More.
come to me for more information about mergers. I just really find the MLS stuff so interesting, I think, because it's not something that I've had any inkling of
Yeah.
because we've always had the same one our whole entire careers. That
Yeah.
there were so many different versions, and there is a lot of upheaval in the MLS industry. So maybe even we do another one of those because I think there could be more coming, but we'll
Wow.
see.
What would we call the third episode of Mergers?
Tide 3. I mean, it's already happening, so it's just more mergers. It's more consolidation.
We'll have to figure out a name for the next one.
Okay, I like it.
Cool. Well, is that it for our mergers for this episode?
I think that is it, my friends.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us. All these mergers and takeovers sounds very volatile, but cool. And thank you for joining In Three Nerds, our podcast, where I am one nerd. Bye
I
bye.
am too nerd.
And we'll see you next time.
Oh, we should call it mergers and mayhem.
Oh, okay. And then I'm gonna have to find examples of the mayhem.
I mean, it's all mayhem.
Okay. Sounds good.
Bye,
Until next time.
nerds.
Bye. And that brings us to the end of another exciting episode of In Three Nerds We Trust. Thank you for listening and hanging out with us today. If you have any questions or topic suggestions, reach out to us at in3nerdswetrust@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you, so don't hesitate to reach out. If you found some value in today's episode and want to stay connected, here are a few ways you can do that. Subscribe to In Three Nerds We Trust on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode. Leave us a rating and review on any of the platforms. Your feedback helps us improve and reach a wider audience. Share this episode with friends, family, or anyone who might enjoy the thoughts and insights we shared today. We'll have a new episode every other week, so please stay tuned for more interesting topics. Thanks again for your support, and follow us on Instagram and YouTube as well. Bye!